Summer days were mowing days in Colchester, Ontario. Elijah McCoy watched his father cut the tall grass. He was waiting for the machine to break. When it did, he jumped for joy. Elijah was only 6, but already he was good at tinkering with tools. Elijah McCoy was born in 1844. His parents had come to Canada on the Underground Railroad. They didn't talk much about the slave days. Elijah and his 11 brothers and sisters kept them busy. Elijah's mother and father saved every penny they could to send Elijah to school. At 16, he crossed the ocean to study in Scotland. Elijah had a dream. He wanted to work with machines. He wanted to become a mechanical engineer. In 1866, Elijah finished school in Scotland. His family now lived in Michigan. One day, a locomotive rolled into the station with Elijah on board. His mind was crackling with ideas. In Michigan, he was going to be an engineer. Elijah went looking for work at the Michigan Central Railroad. "It takes learning to be an engineer," said the boss, spitting at Elijah's feet. "I got ashcat work if you want it. Ain't hard. You bail it in, you grease the pig." "Excuse me?" said Elijah. "You shovel coal into the firebox," replied the boss slowly. "You oil the wheels, you oil the bearings. It's not hard." What a letdown. Elijah knew engines inside out. He knew how to design them. He knew how to build them. He also knew the boss didn't think much of him because he was black, but Elijah needed work, so he took the job. The steam locomotive was exciting. People called it the Iron Horse. It was a fire-breathing monster. When it had a head of steam, it was faster than a horse and buggy. Feeding coal into the firebox was hot, hard work. It was also tricky. The fire boiled the water. The boiling water made steam. The steam worked the machinery. If the fire got too hot, the boiler might explode. If it wasn't hot enough, the train wouldn't move, or it couldn't climb the smallest hill. Elijah went to work in old clothes. An ashcat's job was a dirty one. Soon Elijah was covered in soot and cinders. A boy was under the train. His clothes smelled of oil. "That's your grease monkey," said the boss. "He'll oil the places you can't get to." A grease monkey was paid pennies a day. At night, he slept on the train's grimy floor. The work was dangerous, and boys often got hurt, or worse. "There has to be a safer way," thought Elijah. Elijah baled in the coal as fast as he could. Sweat poured down his face. His hands were raw. The water in the boiler took time to heat up. While Elijah baled, the grease monkey clambered around, oiling. Finally, the train was tanked up, ready for its run. The engine huffed and puffed. Smoke billowed from its stack. The wheels clacked. The locomotive chugged along for about half an hour. Chug, chug, chug. Suddenly, screech! The train stopped cold. The boy hopped down and crawled under the wheels. Elijah hopped down with his oil can. The passengers stayed put. They waited, and waited some more. "All aboard!" cried the conductor. The pig was greased and ready to go. Chug, chug, chug. The passengers looked out at the passing farms. They talked, they ate, they laughed. Half an hour later, screech! Time to grease the pig again. What a job! Elijah didn't know which part he hated more, feeding the firebox or oiling the engine. The train's metal parts needed oil to work smoothly. Without oil, the parts would stick and wear down. The train would stop. While Elijah scooped coal, his mind sparked with ideas. Could he invent an oil cup that oiled the engine while the train was running? Every night after work, Elijah made drawings. Finally, he had a drawing of an oil cup he knew would work. It took 2 years for Elijah to make a model of his oil cup. In 1872, he applied for a patent to protect his invention. Then he took the metal cup to work. "There's a hole here to let the oil drip out," Elijah told the boss. "It drips oil when oil is needed. It drips it where it's needed. It's simple. Why not give it a try?" Surprisingly, the boss agreed. Elijah attached the cup to the engine. "Just for the Kalamazoo run," added the boss gruffly. The train rumbled off, heading for Kalamazoo, Michigan. The engine huffed and puffed. Smoke billowed from its stack. The wheels clacked. The train chugged along for half an hour. Chug, chug, chug. Everyone wondered when the train would stop. But it didn't. It chugged along for another half hour. And another. Elijah McCoy's oil cup worked. It oiled the engine while the train was running. The train reached Kalamazoo in record time. The grease monkey was safe. Elijah was happy. Elijah McCoy's oil cup made train travel faster and safer. Elijah worked on engine inventions all his life. He followed his dream. When Elijah got older, he encouraged children to stay in school and to follow their dreams too. The real McCoy. Have you ever heard someone say they want the real McCoy? It means they want the real thing. No knockoffs, no substitutes. Other inventors copied Elijah McCoy's oil cup, but their drip cups didn't work as well. When engineers wanted to make sure they got the best oil cup, they asked for the real McCoy. Was Elijah McCoy a one-hit wonder? No way. He was an inventing marvel. During his lifetime, he filled 57 patents, more than any other black inventor. Most of his inventions had to do with engines, but several did not. Elijah invented a portable ironing board, a lawn sprinkler, and even a better rubber heel for shoes. Want the best quality? Ask for the real McCoy.